presenting my project of me, myself, and I. However, if I am unable to do so, I have asked my fellow classmate Ashley to be my voice if needed. I was inspired by Andrew Clayman, specifically his Pie Face series. He renders his figures photorealistically before destroying the face in order to create an emotional response. In addition, I was drawn to the realism, the colors, and the technique of the dripping paint that I use in my own work. I started out with a series of reference photos in order to figure out the basic structure of the piece, including placement of the subject in relation to the background, and the placement of all other component parts of my artwork. First, I used oil pastels to sketch the underneath. Once that was done, I put the reference photo aside, although I made reference to it from time to time to render shadows and highlighting in my work. Everything else comes from memory and any emotions which I am feeling at any given moment, or even the recollection of any emotion that I may have experienced only a few days prior. I let emotions like rage, anxiety, sadness spill out on the canvas as I paint or draw. This display of emotion is seen through my mark making, the color usage, and above all, the portrait, the eyes. Specifically, my own. Through my artwork, I am intending to give the world some insight into my true self. As an individual with Asperger syndrome, a developmental disorder in which it affects social skills and way of thinking, the way I view the world is different from most people. This disorder affects the way I see, experience, and react to the world around me. One way it makes me, I see the world in a literal manner. In addition, it affects how I communicate verbally. This is why my art is so important to me. Through exploration of my internal self over the past couple of years, I've discovered that my art has been leading in a direction of explaining to the viewer what it is like to have all these problems. I want to promote awareness and motivate others to learn more about Asperger syndrome and autism in general on their own. Where my emotions are not exposed through my facial expressions, I am able to reveal them through my brush strokes and color choices.